Hey guys, I'm almost ready to write and record my massive endgame build and farming video, but I wanted to put this out earlier since that video probably wouldn't be up until Saturday at the earliest if I ignore life and do nothing else. It took a ton of work including number crunching and materia preparation, and I literally did stupid stuff like farming the Genji shield without Octaslash materia, which I'll also make a quick tutorial for. You definitely want to check it out. In this video, I'm showing you the best general farm in the game, and comparing it to other endgame farms so you can see why I like it so much. This farm is amazing because it's fast, repetitive, doesn't need SP draining materia, and you don't even need to steal or have Mog's amulet equipped. It's an SP, Gil, and level farm, but you can even equip a cursed ring, so this farm is low-level challenge friendly too. You can do this farm with less preparation than what I'm showing at the cost of efficiency, so I'll show low and high preparation variants of the farm. Starting with the high prep build, you want Dual Cast, Mastered Darkness, Mastered Electrocute or Trithondaga, Damage and HP Break, Zedric, and Jeweled Ring equipped, as well as max attack, magic, and 1000 MP. Go to mission 953 and run to this area. You'll be running back and forth between these two spots. Your goal is to fight the mover enemies. This variant is called 3 stars, and they show up in 2 different configurations. 1 3 stars with 4 manhunters, and 2 3 stars with a scissor devil. From now on I'll just call them movers because it's easier to say while talking quickly, and I think it's ridiculous that out of 5 mover enemy variants, they decided to name this particular one differently. If you encounter a fight with 3 scissor devils, either pop an electrocute or run, whatever you prefer. Oftentimes 1 or more cast ultima at the start of battle, giving you a big window to run, but sometimes melting them is quicker as long as they spawn within the range of 1 electrocute or Trithondaga. The goal is to kill the non-mover enemies, then the movers for maximum SP without getting hit. Darkness is great for the movers, and Dual Cast Electrocute or Trithondaga does a great job with the Manhunters and Scissor Devils without hurting the movers. Assault Twister Plus would work amazing, but the problem is it positions you close to the enemies after using it, and makes it more likely that you'd get hit, which reduces your SP per battle. But you can mess around with it if you want to try it. And no, SP Barrier reducing damage to 0 doesn't let you keep the SP Mover bonus. Every battle, position yourself advantageously to melt the non-mover enemies with a single blow, or cast a couple times if 1 or more enemies spawn annoyingly far away from the rest of the pack. It usually takes 1 use of Electrocute or 1 to 2 uses of Trithondaga, then pop a Darkness to kill the movers. When done correctly, each fight takes around 5 to 10 seconds and gets you 100,000 SP as well as 2 to 4 Mithril Armlets, which are each worth 10,000 gil apiece. This farm gets you on average at least 300,000 SP and 80,000 gil a minute, including mistakes. You don't have to play every fight perfectly to hit these numbers, which means 18 million SP and 5 million gil an hour in the same farm. And until now I only talked about quick farming. You can slow it down a bit and steal from enemies to build up your materia if you need to do a bunch of fusing. Mover Common Steel is Trifire, and Rare Steel is Trithondaga. Scissor Devil Rare Steel is Gil Toss, and the mission end enemy Tycoon's Rare Steel is Ultima. Even if you don't spend 1 second farming this place for SP or Gil, you'll probably want to check it out for at least 1 or more of those materia. Comparing this to other endgame farms, AFK SP Master Materia leveling gets you 10 to 20 million SP an hour depending on your effectiveness, and King Tonberries get you just over 10 million gil an hour. This farm is about as effective as the AFK SP Master leveling farm, while giving you around half of the King Tonberries farm worth of gil at the same time. And unlike SP Master AFK leveling, you only need to be Chapter 3 to do this one, assuming you include more than 1 Moogle materia in your AFK farm anyway. And you can curse your DMW to prevent leveling up, because unlike AFK farming, this doesn't rely on the DMW. The one weakness this farm has is its lower gil per hour than the King Tonberry farm, so if you need to strictly farm up as much gil as possible, repeatedly stealing from the King Tonberry in 962 is still the superior option. I'll be going over all those endgame farms in my next video, as well as a complete 5-page materia and accessory loadout to quickly swap between damage output covering all endgame enemies and farming bills. It's a big one. This farm also only requires 3 materia slots and 2 accessory slots, but lowering the efficiency, you only need 3 materia and 1 accessory. I'll go over the lower prep build now. You can get away with doing this farm at slightly lower efficiency with just Darkness and Damage Break, assuming you're willing to spend the extra time running around positioning yourself properly to Darkness Blast the non-mover enemies first. Or if you can manage to one-shot everything including the movers, you still get a nice 60,000 SP and 10 to 20,000 gil per mover fight even without the Jeweled Ring. If you don't quite have the 255 attack and magic stat, you could still do this farm, but it just may take a few more magic and darkness shots to clear the field. You don't need any sustained stats for this farm, so no HP break, no vitality, and no spirit necessary, but might as well equip him if you got him. Only around 1/3 of the time spent in this farm is actually spent unloading on enemies, so needing a few more shots to drop enemies isn't as damaging to your efficiency as you might think. But this farm works best when the end battle stat top-up covers the full stat cost of the fight. The more magic and HP you spend, the more necessary it will be to top up your HP and magic with potions and ethers every so often. It isn't a huge imposition, but I wanted to mention it. I'll end this video with a full 5-minute farming run so you can see how it works in case I neglected to mention anything. I'll show the gains at the 5-minute mark so you can just multiply them by 20 to get the raw gains per hour. One limitation is that I've strictly been playing on the Switch version this whole time, so I don't know if higher quality versions of the game load and end fights faster, meaning this farm could potentially be even more effective on a stronger console. I might pick it up on PS5 or Xbox X at some point, but honestly I have so much content planned for you guys that I'm not sure if I can add yet another playthrough to my schedule. And I still haven't done a 1,000 subscriber video yet, but I want to. I really appreciate everyone giving my videos a chance, and sorry I slipped on Pokemon recently. There's only so many hours in a day, and crisiscore has literally been one of my top 10 games since it came out. Let me know if this video helped, if you have any criticisms or can point out anything I got wrong, and if you know about other farms that are even better than this one. Thanks very much for watching, and stick around for my endgame builds and farming video. It's a big one. Peace.